Oh man!
Off-topic post show. Here we go.
We got some boys from Crunch Time. I like the intro that
I'm
you guys
a man.
The man boys from Crunch Time.
Yeah, we act like children, but we are full grown.
Yeah, you know.
So I really like that intro you guys had. You kind of made us a new intro.
Pretty catchy.
Hey, beer.
Alcohol.
So you guys want to introduce yourselves to the viewers that might not know?
Yeah.
The Crunch Time cast.
Go for it.
Hello, my name's Kirk Johnson, and I am in the new show Crunch Time on Rooster Teeth Media and Conglomeration. And I play a character called Larry, and he is a scientist of sorts who has a affinity for puppies.
You look the part, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do look like you have an affinity for puppies.
You do look like you're a puppy scientist.
I do like puppies
What
quite
kind
a
of
bit.
affinity do you have? Like
Just
I mean,
snuggles and cuddles.
You're just a puppy
I'm going
scientist.
to stop you right there because I think you're going to go in a direction that I don't approve
You
of.
don't stop them in a room like old Andy here and kind of like make
I
them
do
watch?
not trap dogs in a
I
room
didn't
whilst
make the
masturbating.
dog watch me masturbate. She just happened to be in the room.
Why are you getting so
Anyway.
defensive, though? Because that's...
What does your character have an affinity for? Cats, perhaps?
You jerk off in front of
Coke?
dogs as well?
Yeah, Coke, I guess, and daiquiris. And
Okay.
I play Berkman, and my name is Nick Rutherford. And I don't like his character on the show, but in real life, I like him an awful lot.
There you go.
It's
That's
like my
nice.
character
I'll
doesn't
take
like
it.
him, and you know what? I don't like him in real life. So, you know, it's kind of
I
like...
have to
Fuck
pretend to be
you,
his friend.
I have to be here.
Yeah,
This is
cheers,
what's happening.
You know, I also noticed that we all have a different... I don't know if we've done this before on the podcast. One of
can
each of the
insert this.
cups that is on set. Screw Attack Funhouse, Achievement Hunter,
And
the,
off topic.
the
And
podcast
collect
you
them
might
all,
have heard
folks.
of.
They clink their glasses, we should clink ours.
Oh,
Let's
there
do
we
a
go.
four clink.
There we go, yeah. Everyone
I just
together.
can't wait for someone's glass to
There it
shatter.
is. Oh, I missed yours. There we go.
Clink.
We got
God,
it.
all right. Well, now there's chips and shards of glass in my drink.
We're
That's
a
fine.
fun group
But,
of guys.
It's hard
Boys.
to watch. We sat there and watched the podcast, the full podcast.
All 3 hours of it, right?
We did.
Well, nobody told us. Could have used some breakfast and lunch in that time.
Could have done a couple Sudokus.
Yeah,
Just anything productive,
Written
really.
a novel.
Yeah. Actually, Suicide Squad could have been done in that time. I
Yeah.
guess.
Exactly.
Could have
Yeah,
watched
yeah,
it again.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Well,
could have
so,
done that. But it's fun to watch this show and pretend that there's a waitress right off screen that's going like, are these guys going to order any food? Gee, they're taking up my high top.
Yeah. That's my best table. The best tips.
Guys are just camping
I always
there.
feel guilty when I'm at a restaurant for like probably too long because like then you know you're on the beverage stage.
Yeah.
You're just sipping on whatever you had, whatever you
Yeah.
already paid for, and you're just talking for maybe an hour, 2 hours. 2
Yeah.
hours too long. And,
It's like the draft house, too. And maybe that's just a regional thing. But you can't really go to the draft house and not get food. Like, they come by like 3 times, like, you gonna...
Yeah, they look at
see
the
menu
look
now?
at the blank cards like
there's things you can eat here.
Have you been here before? Like, yes, Janice.
But I don't like
I saw you last week, Janice. Come on.
I feel like I have to interact with like I want to because I'm very friendly to waiters and stuff because I've been a waiter for
Right.
a while, and so I want to be like, hi, thanks, yeah, like, but you're not supposed to talk to them. They just come and you ignore them. They like sit
Yeah.
at your feet,
Card.
and overlook your notes.
Don't look me in the eyes. Read this card.
Yeah, it
Take
makes
my
me
order.
uncomfortable. Like,
Some of them talk really
I'm very
loud.
nice.
I feel like
on that.
everybody should like work in the service industry at least for
Yes.
like a year or like 6 months of their life, just to like get it.
yeah, like
It's like
in Israel, you have to join like the army. Here, you should have to.
yeah, you should just
work
be
at
a
Applebee's.
waiter,
Very equivalent.
or like work in a grocery store or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always put like on there, like I make my order as detailed as possible. I lay it all out so that way there's no like questions or concerns. I also put at the very bottom, please, thank you,
Okay, that's
like
a good question.
Because like since I'm not talking to him, I want to be as polite as possible.
See,
'cause
okay, I've never
feel
put
like
please, but I guess that I just kind of like write
take
like
my
it's almost like
order,
a grocery
make
list.
it happen.
Yeah.
But
I
then
just
please
feel
can
uncomfortable.
also be misinterpreted as like,
Oh, actually, no, I don't say
Please?
please. I say thanks. Say thanks.
But so can
Okay, that
that.
makes sense.
We saw Suicide Squad last night, and we were a little
Blown away.
Blown away.
Yeah?
Blown
By how
away.
great
in
it
what
was.
By
way
the
were
sub-
you-
kidding.
We were blown away by the substance.
food was good, though, right? Or
Someone
The
between
food
his
was
legs.
Food was good.
Was literally blown.
But I put thanks at the bottom, and it's hard not to see them look at it and go like, "I'll have a beer and like popcorn." Thanks. Like,
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
an
It's kinda-
exclamation
yeah.
point. Like, it's like, where were you?
Because
We
you,
do
you
live in
don't
a
hear
very-
tone
No.
on
Yeah,
written,
we
obviously,
live in a
words.
very sarcastic society.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yes.
So I like whenever they deliver, I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Like I try to, because I don't. It's uncomfortable. It's
It
to make
is.
it be
Yeah.
like, yeah, go get me something.
I'm
But-
usually just like,
Put it here.
Shoot.
yeah.
move!
Yeah.
Hello?
Thanks for the popcorn now.
Missing
Get the fuck
frames.
out of the
Down
way.
in front.
But as I sip on my 4th beer of this podcast, because it's the post show now, I'm actually
Yeah.
on a diet. I'm not really following it well today.
It's a diet
But,
beer.
Yeah. So it's like when I saw Star Trek 2 nights ago at the Alamo,
Apparently.
and instead of getting a cheeseburger with a bun, I was like, can I just get that like on top of a salad?
Oh, God.
And I just like felt weird saying, no bun with salad. Like I just felt like I was inconveniencing
Yes.
them because it's just like I'm asking for more than
Take
like,
the
what's on the
buns
menu.
and throw them away.
Like I feel like I'm being that guy. It's like you're gonna be this douchebag, and I usually just like I want this and exactly this. If you mess it up, I'll still eat it because I don't want to say anything
Right.
because you do your job. I'll just eat it. I don't care.
You got to take that bun and just use it as a little coaster.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just put
Exactly.
your off-diet beer on it.
So I got
Getting
the,
uncomfortable. Just
yeah,
take those,
got
put
the
them on
green
the
onion
buns.
jam
Yeah,
burger
electric
with no
double
fucking
buns.
buns.
Yeah. So,
What'd you think of Star Trek?
I actually really enjoyed it. It was fun. It wasn't a great movie, but it was fun. I don't know if I liked it better than 2. I mean, 2 wasn't great either. First one's really good. I really liked the first one. I was never a Star Trek. Yeah, Into Darkness. I was never a Star Trek fan, but I like the new ones a lot because it's basically Star Wars, and I love Star Wars.
Right.
So
Yeah, a lot of fun,
Mr.
funny
Abrams?
aliens now.
yeah.
Right? A lot of goofy aliens.
I mean, it was a pretty fun movie. Not a fan of the end.
the end.
Which
with
portion
the, with
of
the music with the Beastie Boys.
At first, I was
Wasn't
like,
a fan of that.
They go too
Yeah.
fast and furious on you.
Yeah, well,
that was
Justin
the only
Lin,
moment.
so-
I thought there would be way more of that, judging from the trailer. That
Yeah,
came
oh,
out.
yeah.
Yeah,
just like,
I was
"Ooh,
pleasantly
action!"
surprised because
Yeah,
going into I only saw the first trailer and I was like, this does not look great.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm just gonna reserve judgment. And then I watched it and I was like, I was pleasantly surprised.
Everyone's saying
but
it's
the
really
point,
fun.
but the point where just like the turning point of the movie is like, oh, we can beat the bad guys with the music. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but I was like,
It's Mars Attacks.
wasn't a fan of that.
It
Yeah.
was. It's Mars Attacks and War of the Worlds.
Someone
and,
bites someone's finger off?
And the
And
happening.
it's just like, man, I'm kind of. It's in the trailer, but I'm just kind of tired of the Enterprise always getting destroyed. It's like it
Oh, it
always
gets
blows up.
I
decimated.
kind of loved that.
I kind of did too. But
I like the scene. I liked when it got blown up because I liked the part when it was just the saucer. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah,
yeah, that was cool. And at the end, when they rebuilt it,
Yeah, that was
the
cool. The
coolest
time
thing.
lapse.
Yeah,
that was really
awesome.
neat. I was like,
I look
yeah.
forward to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I
yeah.
hope that's not a spoiler.
No, that's not a spoiler.
I thought
Not
it
at
was.
all. I mean, it's
also-
gonna get destroyed.
Also, they did
Yes.
nice. They did a nice nod to Leonard Nimoy, which I thought was cool.
So
I
can
heard
I
about
ask a
that.
question
Yeah.
without spoiling?
Spoiling?
If this is a spoiler, I'm very sorry. Maybe don't.
Close your ears for 5 seconds. yeah.
What universe are these guys? These guys are.
I think
I
they're
think that's like a.
parallel. Like
I think it's
alternate
parallel,
realities.
alternate reality. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's
Okay.
exactly
I
what
think
it
that's
is.
how
So
they
like
did it in
the
Spock is that Spock.
This is like a
Yeah,
first
the
movie,
previous
like the first Star Trek reboot.
But it was weird because
Addressed
there's a point where Zachary Quinto's Spock is looking at a picture of the old
Yes.
cast
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
'60s TV
Huh.
show.
And they're all
So
much
is
older.
that is
and
that
I was like,
them in
and
the future?
I was like, that's weird. But I mean, I get why they put it in there. It's a nice nod to,
Yeah.
to the original show and to Leonard Nimoy. But I was like, it kind of took me out of the movie a little bit.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well,
Yeah,
was that if that's an alternate universe, that's great. But that's also, that helped the current Spock make a decision.
Yes.
That was very important. So
Yes.
that was a cool little photo.
Did they do that in this third one as well as the
That,
second
that,
one?
that was
Yeah.
what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because they did that in the second one as well. They were like, "Oh, Khan has been one of the
Yeah.
most feared enemy,"
Spock is
you know.
talking about
Yeah.
how Khan was one of their greatest adversaries.
And then off camera, he tells them
and that they
pretty much
defeat
how
him,
to-
but at great cost.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I really like the second one. The first one was pretty good too, because I was never a Star Trek person.
Yeah, that was me
me
too.
There's
I feel like I like the second one better than most.
there's no appeal for this third one to me, but everyone's saying it's really fun. I'll see it eventually, but
It's
there's
fun.
nothing going like, yeah, I want to see it. I was
the same
mostly
way.
intrigued by Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah.
Cumberbatch, yeah. Cucumber Patch and Khan and his like
I
how
thought
they
that was
lied
like
to
I
the
thought that
people.
was
They're
kind of just like
it's not Khan, but it was.
I thought it was
Totally
kind of
was,
shoehorned in. I was like, that's kind of lame, but I mean, I get it.
Yeah. Why did he have to be Khan?
I don't know.
Because of
He
fan service
didn't
a
have to
little
be Khan,
Maybe.
but I
I
mean,
don't
it's just
know.
like it's Star Trek. People
Yeah.
know about
Could have
it.
been Corn.
bit. Corn.
Could have been corn.
Corn.
But yeah, that was a really fun movie. And
Yeah, I mean, because
I'm glad they got me into the franchise. I was
yeah,
never-
exactly. It's
Yeah,
like, I
I
was
wouldn't
never. I never watched. My dad loves the original Star Trek, and to the extent where he refuses to watch the new ones. Like,
For sure.
I killed
Oh, really?
it.
that was
I
a
killed
big
it. I
deal
hate
like
it.
when the reboot came out.
Yeah,
Everyone was
exactly.
like,
My dad refuses to watch the reboot movies, and my cousin loves the Next Generation. I never got into the Next Generation.
I didn't
Shout out to LeVar Burton,
Oh, yeah.
Mika Burton also
Yeah,
works here.
we like
Love it.
him.
There.
Yes,
Our favorite.
Reading Rainbow, grew up with that.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I was never into Star Trek until 2009 when J.J. Abrams made the Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
You know when you were in elementary school or whatever, and you walk in, it's like the best day of school because there's like a giant TV and a VCR, like kind of on one of
Oh
those.
yeah.
Oh, on
on
the
an
You know it's
on the
gonna be-
roller
time.
thing. That was
you know it's
amazing.
going to be a good day.
Yep.
Half the time, accompanied with LeVar Burton and Reading Rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In 7
the half
minutes
with Bill Nye?
of the
Yeah,
teacher
exactly.
like trying to hook up the VCR to the TV. 7 minutes like, I don't know. Does it? I don't know.
I got in trouble because I tried
was-
to help one time.
I was lucky. My school
Get back!
Probably was a bit more snarky than I needed to be, but like the pull the card or
were the
the
IT guy.
card system or whatever. I was
I was lucky. My
I was
school-
like,
my-
is it plugged in? And she's like, go to the principal. I was also a troublemaker, so it's just like it was always just
They were ready.
No
They were
warning
shooting from the
system.
hip on you.
Luckily, my school had the funds to get the TVs with the VCRs built into it.
Oh yeah.
So they didn't have to like plug
Eventually,
anything
they
in.
had
So that
smart
was
screens
nice.
that you could touch, and
Yeah, that was like that was the tail end of high school
After
for
my
me.
time.
oh really?
Was
that
those, those smart screens.
that was like early.
I also grew up in
intermediate school. Or
yeah. It was
something.
just like it took a while to get to Cape Cod.
Yeah.
They didn't make it over the bridge.
Kind of started
Yeah,
in some
we're like
tech
our own
valley
little
or some
isolated portion of the country away from our country.
Silicon Valley really held it in close.
Exactly,
Just, like,
yeah.
Let it slowly eke out.
Exactly, yeah.
They'll get it
was
when
like,
they get it.
The technology would be like start at the West Coast and it would just slowly just bleed over to the rest of the country.
They've got lobster. They're fine.
Not much
Yeah,
going
exactly.
on.
We got
on the East
lobster,
Coast,
we
okay?
They
good.
need it.
With their old money.
Yeah.
I remember I got to pick the movie we were going to watch one day, and I picked the Animaniacs movie.
Nice.
That was
And it's a little
that was
racy. It's like a little bit of a race. They say boob in it.
Oh wow.
But they're talking about TV and they say boob tube. And I
Boob tube.
remember like they said it and the teacher like gave me a look like, Nick. And I was like, name a stinker.
Well, like you should have fucking watched the movie, teacher.
Yeah, really, that's
You
on
should have
her.
fucking
Or taught us something.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
Exactly.
had Movie Tuesday.
I'll have you watching Animaniacs. Learn about boobs or something. Like,
Yeah. Teacher sucked.
Movie Tuesday, not even alliteration. Fucking
suck,
get
man.
fucking wrecked.
School
sucks. Do drugs.
School's for fools. What was that from? School is for fools. That was
know.
a
Billy
big,
Madison?
It was a
That
definitely
does sound very
definitely
Bill
one of those
Madison.
Adam
It
Sandler
could be
movies.
in Billy Madison.
It was like Big Daddy. Is that what that movie was called?
That was
Big
a
Daddy
Steve.
with a kid, Scuba
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah.
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 School's for fools.
School is cool.
It was like a homeless dude in Central Park or something. Like
The homeless dude from every Adam Sandler movie, his buddy
Yeah.
that has just
You
been
can do
coasting. Yeah.
It's just like Adam
It's Rob
Sandler
Schneider,
and his
right?
SNL buddies.
I don't know.
trying to
yeah,
make
yeah,
a quick
Rob
buck.
Schneider.
The guy from
He's a scapegoat.
Grandma's Boy, who's just in every, like doing a different
Hey, he
accent.
was Deuce Bigelow. That movie went somewhere.
Yeah.
This
or
Bigelow
whatever.
is pretty good.
Is it?
That's a huge bitch. That's a good line. That's a good one.
Jeez.
Ah.
There
You
you
guys
go.
see Ghostbusters? And talking of Star Trek.
Yes, we did see Ghostbusters.
How'd you feel about that?
I liked it.
I heard it was very a meh movie. It was like,
It's kind of for me.
like it left like no impact.
Plot
Yeah,
wise,
that's kind
it
of-
really
it's not bad.
wrapped
It's
up
not
fast.
offensive and
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
It's getting
great.
too much shit for how good it is. Like,
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
are really
That's what I
ripping
heard.
into it, and it doesn't deserve that at all.
Yeah,
It's a funny and fun film. I mean, but like plot wise,
because I like the director. I mean, was it Paul?
Yeah.
Feig?
Yeah, Paul
Suddenly
Feig. I
he
like
makes-
the
he makes good
cast
movies.
is incredible.
Yeah.
There's like an amazing cast. They're all very good in it. I think you said it's
Did
like
not
kind
have
of for
great
children.
marketing.
Not the best marketing.
No, not the best.
And
But
people
that-
are
And,
so like,
and people were already hating it
Ghostbusters. I've
before.
already seen that movie.
It's like
Yeah.
people
How dare they
like
remake
even
it?
before the trailer came out, people were already hating it.
yeah.
They were very mean
So,
to it, and we
yes.
get a new, this kind of similar superhero movie every week, and there's no like, stop doing this same
Stop
thing.
remaking
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
know.
They were unfair
Yeah.
to it. I don't know who they is, but
it's
mean
funny
people.
'cause
The
they-
blogosphere.
YouTube or-
They definitely addressed the all-woman cast factor in the movie.
A couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
several
see it?
times.
Did
But
you see it?
yeah.
Okay, so I think
It was,
I'm,
like, right
I'm the only
away.
one here who hasn't seen it. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
I also haven't
sorry.
seen the original, which I know I have to work on, but you know.
Well,
So
there's,
what's a movie we've all seen that we can talk about and spoil?
Seven Samurai?
Okay.
Haven't seen that.
how about The Last Samurai?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
I've
about
seen
Le Samurai?
Ah,
Samurai, yeah.
With
Yeah, the French overdub.
How about
I
a-
remember
the
that one.
classic.
El
Very,
San Marino, the
Remember Tom
Spanish
Cruise
film.
became fluent in French for that one,
Yes,
actually.
he did.
Yeah.
His
defining role as
Ghost
an
Dog
actor.
Way of the Samurai with One Eye Whitaker, Forrest
What?
Whitaker.
One-eyed
One-eye
Winkin.
one-eye witty.
What are you trying to tell me there?
Kid. Here's to you.
What's the secret? I'm not following Whitaker.
He's gonna be in a Star Wars movie now.
I know he looks really cool in that movie
Nice.
too. So does Donnie Yen. Oh baby.
When is Rogue Squadron?
Rogue
One.
One.
Rogue One. There we go. Yeah,
don't
when-
know.
when's
It's
that one?
December
Christmas time.
17th or something.
I don't
Yeah.
think it looks that good.
Really?
Oh man, I think.
I'm
Did you
reserving
watch the
judgment.
behind the scenes trailer? The like
No.
4-minute one.
I've kept my eyeballs
exciting.
off everything I can.
I mean, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so obviously I'm going to see it. But I mean, I also like the animated show Rebels, so I'm more excited for that because of what they showed. Because they made what's his name? Not Khan, obviously.
Corn.
Yeah, Korn.
They made Corn
Yeah.
canon again, which is
Yeah,
great.
Darth Corn.
Yeah, they made Darth Corn canon, so that was great.
Just actually the singer from Korn, really.
Yeah, exactly,
It's
yeah.
funny. He's already a Sith.
Yeah.
I've been racking my brain for a corn song for so long.
Exactly. Yeah, so
All I can come up with
Yeah.
is, ooh, and that's
Yeah.
not corn.
That's
Nope.
disturbed.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
disturbed.
that's disturbed. Yeah.
Darth Disturbed.
Corn is
actually, yeah.
thinking like I have no release. Release.
Hey.
Are they here right now?
Seems
Or?
like this.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. got the biggest forehead I've ever seen. I think it's the most receded. It's very funny. I wonder if he actually shaves it like in the morning with this, shaves his face and shaves it back.
I think it's just unfortunate.
Did you see that photo of, I forget what it's from, but somebody's like, my sister thought that Nair was shampoo. And it's like,
Oh my God.
Yeah, if you could pull it up, that's amazing.
That would
It's like
be
this
amazing
4-year-old
to find
girl
that.
with like just like a George Costanza hair.
There was a Vine somewhere where like, this girl's like, all I wanted was fucking bangs, and like her bangs were like literally this long and just way up here because she kept trying to cut them straight and kept cutting them crooked.
Just had to go up and up
until there was none, and then she was
that's
like,
her
all I
problem.
wanted. Oh no! 10th anniversary.
I don't think Nair works that good. That's a joke.
I don't know.
That's the
That
summer
can't
of
be
George
real.
right there.
Also, there's that app that does that.
That's true.
I don't
Is
know.
there a bald
Look
app?
how-
Yeah, there's a
sad.
ball.
Yeah, there's an app for everything, so I'm not surprised.
I actually have that. As long as it doesn't need to update, Andy, I can make you
It's probably
bald.
a fucking Snapchat filter.
Man,
Oh
actually,
yeah, now it's
probably.
probably.
Make me
any-
bald, buddy. Make me bald.
I can make you
Does
bald.
anybody
or make
have
you-
bald?
Make me bald.
There
Father?
you go.
I don't have a bald father.
All right.
My father's got
Camera.
a full head of hair.
Bald booth. What's my camera? Actually, here. All right, kill the silence. Or
Yeah, let's just
Kirk
wait.
and I will
high
riff.
levels. Boom.
You know when you're in
Yeah.
What do I look like as
IKEA
a bald
Oh my
and
God.
you're like,
Me-
I just
Wait
want to
for
get
face
to the lamp
detection.
section.
That's
And when you get to the lamp section, you're like, this isn't what I expected.
I was like,
can
lamps?
just
I
shave my
meant
head?
gardening.
Uh-huh.
I think
And then
it's
somebody
like-
says, we don't have a gardening section here.
And then you're like, well, I need to get to Home
Nice.
Depot.
Do
Do you remember
Ready
when you were
the whole
listening to
thing.
the post
Sorry
show
for
and then
your
you
loss,
shut it
Andy.
off right at this moment?
Yeah, no.
You're home and you're
Where
like,
were you when you...
Oh my god,
this
that
could
is
be you.
horrifying.
This could be
Show
you.
the fans.
It
Here we
looks
go.
like,
I don't know which camera you want.
looks like Kevin
Can you,
from
can you
The
bring it
Office.
close to one of the cameras?
Yeah, tell me which one I'm looking at. Here we go.
Oh, hell
Here we
yeah.
go. Nice.
That is bald Andy.
See, that's that ball.
Yeah, you
act.
might be right.
Has that bandy look.
You look as defeated as
Thankfully,
you feel.
I'm follically blessed because both my grandparents and both my parents still have their head of hair.
My
And I
man.
think it skips a generation, so I think it's like
I don't think there's science behind that claim. I think that
I think it's-
I'm
isn't it
losing
based by
my
the
hair,
grandparents?
and my grandfather had a full head of hair, and it's just gonna go because we're all fucked because cell phones are frying our brains and all of
And
this
that's
shit.
why
That's
their
true.
knees are dying.
there was a time in high school I just
Got
fell
scalp
asleep with
cancer.
my phone listening to music under my pillow.
You're
so
dead.
that's probably not
Yeah.
great.
But
Yeah.
you ever
so
do this
dead.
move when you're driving and you just put your phone right next to your testicle?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've done that. Oh yeah.
When
When I
you
just like
guys
to
do
tuck
that,
in.
that's-
Oh
Do you
yeah.
sort of
The tuck
feel your
in.
balls getting hot?
Yeah.
Or is that in our heads
phone's
like,
hot.
oh, I
It's a-
think it's
Is it the
radiating.
radiation or the heat of
It's
the
a bit of
phone?
A
I
and a
just
bit of
don't
B.
know.
2050, we're gonna look back and be like, what were we
It's
doing?
gonna be cigarettes.
It's gonna be one.
the
Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're so fucked. And he still has his phone.
It's like
next
quit
to.
your
Just gonna
phone.
leave it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna embed
Actually,
it
let me
into my
scoot
nutsack.
that over in my
Yeah.
pocket
and,
a little closer.
We're worm food.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fucked.
What in this world anymore doesn't give you some form of cancer at this point?
Nothing.
It's
You
just
know-
carrots and broccoli.
It's just all the
Carrots and
just-
broccoli, right
well,
in the ground.
actually, broccoli's
our
grown by
irradiated soil.
Monsanto, so
Yes. Well, not yes. It's not
Yeah,
broccoli. It's just
so that's
carrots.
bad
now.
for you.
Just carrots. So we can't eat carrots now. All
mostly
right.
just-
Or we can't eat broccoli. We
Root
can eat
fruit,
carrots.
you know.
root fruit.
fruit.
What is root
We're all
fruit?
going to be living in bunkers,
Stuff
eating
that grows in the ground.
grasshoppers.
Whatever.
Have you? I want to. You hear the Perfect Burger? There's something called the Perfect Burger. It's like this tech startup that's created this meatless.
meatless
Cooked with
thing.
cell phones,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
It's,
cooked-
Beyond
between
Meat.
two,
I think that they're-
iPhone 5s.
Aren't they cloning cattle just for beef? I think that's a thing that they're doing now.
Beef milk.
Probably.
Like I'm perfectly fine with that. I mean, I'll
Probably.
kill
You're
a
gonna eat
cow right now
cloned
to
meat?
eat beef. Yeah, I'll eat
I would
cloned
rather
meat.
eat that weird meat that it bleeds.
Would you eat
like
clone
regular
meat?
Huh?
Would you eat clone meat?
No.
Really?
No, it's too sciencey. I mean,
Really?
even
Science
like
and clone
eating,
meat?
even eating
Well,
cows to me.
Like, what's the
Are you-
craziest thing you've like eaten like at like a
Oh,
respectable
I've
restaurant?
eaten fucked up like brains and
Okay.
balls and
Okay.
whale and.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
everything
okay,
on
what
the
point
spot.
is
I'm not
Yeah.
quite on
Not
like the
too
craziest thing
sciencey.
I've eaten was alligator, and that's not even that crazy anymore. But I would eat a cloned cow.
But aren't you
Well,
afraid
why
at all
not?
about like
That's what I'm saying.
these busted
like, do
molecules?
you eat
that are-
organic meat? Is that what you go for? Is that what you
I mean, if-
keep away from science?
No, but like I don't. When I eat a McDonald's burger, I can tell the difference between like a
This
nice.
one's cloned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
That's
sits
where all the
heavy in my
clone. That's where all the clone meat is
But
going.
aren't you?
McDonald's.
Don't you guys watch movies like Cowpocalypse?
stomach.
Isn't there a movie like a?
No, I can't.
There's a movie called Cowpocalypse.
I've seen Black Sheep, where the
Oh
sheep
my
kills
God,
people.
yes.
No, but this
I-
is like a doc about how fucked up. I don't know. I don't want to get on my high
No,
horse here.
I know what you're
I
saying.
eat horse meat.
That's
is
on
what I'm
Netflix,
saying.
though, isn't it? Actually,
Yeah, it is.
I
it
think
is.
I've scrolled by it a couple times.
It's a horrible doc, but it's all
Food
about
Inc. is also a documentary.
stuff.
Those
Yeah,
are
Food
things
Inc.
I
is
don't
good.
want
Food
to
Inc. is
know.
good.
It's like reading
scary.
the what's in a hot dog right before you have a bratwurst. You know, like no thanks, no thanks.
I just think we're doomed because there's too many fucking mouth breathers on this planet, and we got.
What'd you say?
No, we're all mouth breathers. Well, it's just we got to have some sort of
Apocalypse.
outbreak of some kind.
One of the greatest comebacks from Stranger Things. And the fucking bitch is like mouth breather.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just.
I just called like an 11-year-old girl a bitch, but you know
When that little
When that
fucking
tiny little
bitch is like,
bitch was like,
fucking
down.
cunt.
stupid
Remember that
cunt.
moment?
Oh,
Great
Nice.
show.
That
Watch
is
it
such
on
a great
Netflix.
show.
Also, 4
Yeah.
beers in, I realized I'm a little drunk.
It's time for
Why
your
don't you
shit.
top yourself
Much
off
of a
right before
lightweight.
I'll get you.
as we wrap this up with reminding the viewers that
Oh, there it is.
Crunch
Look at
Time
that.
comes out in September sometime.
Viewers, listen here.
Yeah.
It's your boy Kirk. Been at it for a while now.
And his
Matt
main man, Ruggy.
Crunch Time's coming out on Rooster Teeth First. 2 Rooster Teeth First members in September. I think it's 18th maybe.
18th or 8th, I don't know
It's a
yet.
show, right?
It's a show.
Okay,
It's
not a
a
movie.
both days. Why
it's a
not?
6-episode show about a group of scientists who, kind of mad scientists in college who create a system where you can go inside people's heads and live out their wildest
I
dreams.
saw the trailer.
Yes.
At,
And maybe they're
during the Laser
nightmares.
Team Skrilling.
Yeah, they rent out.
Grilling. Skrillex was there.
Laser Team Skrilly.
That's the alcohol talking. Woo!
It's a fun show.
It's
Yeah,
really fun.
I'm
yeah.
really looking forward to it. It sounds really cool.
I think you guys are going to watch it next week. They
Yeah?
got a
Do we need to
Oh,
get
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Is that what's on Wednesday?
The mandatory all hands.
Well, we don't have to name it.
Yeah, where we're all getting fired.
Oh yeah, great.
But to
The
soften
waste
the blow,
of time.
But to
We
soften
get to
the
watch
blow, we
Crunch
get to
Time.
watch the wonderful Crunch Time.
Well,
Really.
they pack up your desks.
also,
Yeah. Somebody else back here, yeah.
Crunch time guys are moving up. Everybody's got to get out of here. They're all coming in.
you guys
Sure.
did On the Spot yesterday, so watch that. Great intro.
Oh yeah, we
for
did
that.
on the spot.
Yeah,
The,
How'd
probably
the suits
probably
work
the
out for you?
best
Did you learn
intro
from
ever for
from Jeremy and I?
On the
Yeah, I
Spot.
did.
Yeah.
they're great. I felt really.
John
comfortable
hated
in
it though.
Yeah.
John hates
Well, you know
everything.
what?
John
hates
hates everything.
life.
He's just
John
a
was-
bitter fuck.
Yeah.
You should have been Team
Wow.
Killing Joke,
You
actually.
and Mike were on fire. I found for a while. You guys were killing it.
Yeah, I mean, we've done the show before. We were just like, fuck who cares?
We've been around the
Also,
block
did you get a
few
thank you
times.
from John for being on the show? Or
Of course not.
No, he doesn't know how to be generous.
Because when you
He
guys
probably
came up,
thanked
you
your
shook his hand.
manager.
and was like, "Yeah, fuck you."
Yeah.
That's John in it. That's John
We
in
put
it.
8 hours at
We
least into
never
this
get a
video.
thank you. Yeah.
And more time, excuse me, very gross, into finding.
He was like,
these
"This is my
costumes.
show. What are you doing?"
Yeah, he hates
And then he-
anyone
he hates it.
having fun.
He
hit
hates
the bell
fun.
with his
John
toe
hates
thumbs.
fun, which is why he hosts the show on the spot.
Anyway,
Thanks for having me on, John.
He's a bag of human trash.
Bernie's been talking
Yes.
to me about doing sort of a on the spot spinoff, so we'll see if that goes
There you go. Maybe you can get John fired.
On the sport, yeah.
on the sport. It's just
It's called On Spotting, and it's about girls.
On the sport.
There it is.
wow. Okay.
Still waiting for my thank
I heard
you,
that
John.
tampon
You're
stuff
welcome.
earlier.
for that
I'm bringing it back
pod.
around.
He's
Welcome for
handwriting
doing
a
the
nice
spot.
thank you
Spotting.
note,
Yeah.
maybe, with his toe thumbs.
Kirk Johnson on Spotting.
Yeah.
Ladies, we've all been there. You're doing the
Nice.
You're doing some gymnastics, and
I think you can.
hey,
yeah.
stop. Cut it
Yeah,
out.
it seems like that's reached
Just leave
its
that one.
height.
What do we got?
The guy will kiss you, no
boy.
problem, but you can't fucking get a thank you out of him.
Why did he also, while we're fucking ripping him to shreds, why did he have a bun yesterday, right?
I know.
I've
It's just like,
never seen him with his
fucking
hair
wear
out.
the hair down.
If anything,
Jeez.
all he is a head of hair. You can't hide that.
I know. He's just like he had the bun on. He didn't even
Ugh.
have a suit jacket on. He was very underdressed. for
I
the show.
have an idea. We switch his shampoo bottle with Nair.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Then
He
things get
doesn't.
interesting.
He doesn't wash that
Yeah,
horse
that's
tail
true.
back there.
Well, I think
I wanna
John's
make
called
a
the booth
violin.
to play us off, so
Yeah, get
it's
us
been
out.
great.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Thanks for
Thanks,
dropping
Alright,
by.
you guys want to
boys.
split it? Do 4 ways where I can get
You know
it?
what?
You
I
can
think
backhoe me.
you guys got this.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
get it.
I think you
Where's
got
the-
this.
that waitress?
If y'all need to go, we'll wait for the waitress.
She's smoking outside.
There we go.
Shit.
You got this.
Close.